Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to As the River Churns. Lisa, this is our big debut today.
Ooh, this is a big one, Tom.
This is pretty exciting, I have to admit.
Very exciting.
It's a little weird, just for the audience that's out there. It's a little weird, actually, to be doing this with an empty multi-purpose room, I think.
There is some benefits to this, Tom. Nobody can throw the tomatoes at us.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So I think we're safe.
Or the toilet paper, for that matter.
Well, that's true.
That's always good. So, our goal with this program on a daily basis, quite honestly, is to provide some information about what's going on at River Landing, how we're responding to the coronavirus situation, and to give you some information about that. But also, quite honestly, in typical River Landing style, we really would like to kind of have it be a little bit of levity in what we're doing. Not so much about the coronavirus itself, but just in some of the other things that we'd like to do. You know, Lisa, we've been working on this for at least 10 minutes now about what we're going to do for this program, and so we're thinking that we got a lot of special things that we want to be able to kind of do over the next couple weeks, and we're going to do this as a daily show, Monday through Friday, unless we get canceled. I guess there's always
That's true. It could happen.
We could get canceled on the show, but you know, I think we want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we're thinking about as part of aspects that we're going to have as part of our little show, Lisa.
Yes.
I think that we, you know, it wouldn't be right to have a show, and you all know me well enough to know that we wouldn't have a show unless we have a joke of the day. So we're going to have that. And in typical River Landing style, the nice thing about that is you can't boo me because you know, I can't see if you're booing me or not.
Tom, I just heard some boos coming from outside.
Oh, okay. I haven't even started yet. I don't know how they could be booing me.
I'm not sure either.
But
they're preparing.
This is a chance for you all to participate. So if you don't like my jokes, then it's a chance for you to email jokes to us, and we'll give you credit for the jokes on air if we use your jokes. So it's a way for you to be able to participate. Lisa, what other things are we going to be doing as part of our program?
Some other ideas we have is we will have a daily trivia question. We will also be giving the updates on the coronavirus, how it pertains to River Landing. We will have a question segment where we do ask that you submit questions to an email address we provided the other day, mijones@riverlanding.
What was that again?
That is M.I. Jones.
M.I. Jones.
M.I. Jones.
I am not.
No, you're not. M.I. Jones@riverlandingsr.org. And for all of you that might know, that's Michelle Jones, who you're ending up sending that to. So please send her any of your questions by noon each day, and we will pick as many as we can to be able to highlight on that afternoon's show. So that's an opportunity for you. You also can email Michelle related to jokes, because we all know he needs some help. So please do that.
I resemble that remark.
Yep. So please do that. That will help us all out. Also,
are we gonna announce birthdays on?
We are. So that's our goal too, is announce birthdays. If you have any special other events, like you're celebrating a 50th anniversary, send those to us as well. We would like to highlight special events going on here at River Landing. Also, if you have a talent you would like to share, maybe, and this is a shout out to Miss Horner, Ruth Ann Horner. She does a rooster call, so I'm hoping one day she would be willing to come into the live show here with us and debut her rooster impersonation.
I think Joe Rojas does a great fish impersonation, if I remember correctly.
I heard that he did that as well. Yes,
that was good. Anybody that was here for I think that was our 10th anniversary, wasn't it?
I think it was. Yes.
I think that's when that was. So.
So anybody with talents, we would also like to highlight a resident of the week. So if you feel comfortable to being up on stage here and being asked a few questions and share some things about things that you've done in the past, some highlights, anything like that, we would love to have you on our show. We also
do that for the staff members as well?
We're going to do that for staff as well.
Okay, so a staff member of the week then?
Yep, staff member of the week. Let's see.
I think we also talked about having everybody's favorite chaplain come on once a week as well.
Yes,
right?
I heard he might be coming every Thursday.
Every Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe for tomorrow's show, we'll have Ken on here as
Absolutely.
well. So that always is fun to have him on here.
Yep,
so.
it is.
Okay, well, let's jump right into the trivia question. I think we had got a trivia question from John Hoyt. Sent us a trivia question that we wanted to share.
Okay, so the trivia question today is, which state has the most total coastlines?
Which state has the most total coastlines?
And if you have the answer to this question, please call right now to 336-389-4103.
And
That's
so
336-389-4103. And that is Michelle Jones, in case you didn't catch that number. And the first one to call in is the winner. And we will announce later in the show today.
Right, we'll announce the winner, but Joe Rojas has agreed to come in and show what that winner is going to get today. Joe, you have a special talent, I believe, and you're going to show us what the winner is going to win today.
Well, some people have said I had a talent. I don't know if it is or not.
1 second, Joe. Oh, that ain't good.
So, Joe, maybe what you could do is show them what they're going to win today, and there you go. Okay.
Okay, so today you're going to be winning some toilet paper. I hear all the cheers now as I'm saying that. Okay, so my talent for today is going to be juggling. So I'm going to start with these two right here.
And Joe, I think you're going to start with 2 and go to 3. Is that right?
Yes,
I think that's the hope.
I'm going to try to go to 3.
All right, here we go.
We ready?
Looking good so far.
Joe, hopefully you can do a little bit better than that. Come on, Joe. There we go. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we need to go further.
So the winner is going to get 3 rolls of toilet paper at this point. Let's see if we can do that, Joe. Come on, you can do it.
Okay, try again. Try again.
There we go. Now we're doing it. Oh.
They're really rolling.
All right, one last time, Joe. One last time.
This is an hour-long show, folks.
I hope it's not an hour long with Joe juggling.
There it is.
All right.
Woo!
So, in actuality, thank you, Joe. We appreciate you showing off those amazing juggling skills that you have. And actually, we're going to have an extra one that I was going to throw at you, but I'm not going to do that now since you were having so much trouble with 3. So,
I was just getting warmed up. I need about an hour, hour and a half. So
well, thank you, Joe.
Next time.
later on.
All right, Joe. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. So the first person that calls Michelle Jones with the correct answer of which state has the total most coastline will win four packages of toilet paper. I'm sure that's very exciting for most of you. And so I know that the phone's ringing off the hook now as people are trying
Let me
to call
repeat
in.
that number one more time here.
Right, repeat it, will you?
Please call 336-389-4103. We're still looking for that winner for which state has the most total coastlines.
Okay, so we'll announce that, as we said, at the end of the show. But I think now we talked about, Lisa, this part of the segment of the show would be to get a little bit more serious and to talk a little bit about some of the things that we have in place, the restrictions we have in place, and some of the things going on with River Landing now, and then talk about maybe some of the things that are coming down the pike here that we know of that we're trying to do for the residents here, the community. Maybe just a reminder for some of the things that I think you all are very well aware of, but we've stopped now our group activities. We are asking that if you are having a group at your home or that you're meeting impromptu with a group, please follow the 10 or less in your group and the 6-foot distance between the folks that are in your room, that are in the room with you or in the group with you. We think that's really very important that you follow that. Also, you know, we have had a restriction now for a while. I think you all are used to the fact that we are restricting visitors, and we have not had visitors in our healthcare center for over a week now. Remember that those really are recommendations and really almost edicts from the Department of Health and Human Services of North Carolina. This is a Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services with our federal government. And quite honestly, it's also our Guilford County Health Department that is telling us these things that we need to do. This is not something that, that we are necessarily putting into effect. These are government mandated type things that we're doing. So please keep that in mind. And we know, a shout out a little bit to the family members who have a loved one over in the healthcare center, and right now they can't go and personally see these residents that are there, and we know that's a difficult thing. But we've got to be able to protect the residents that are in the skilled nursing areas. I mean, that's just utmost that we do that. And the only way to truly control that is to restrict visitation. So anyway, again, a shout out to our folks who, this is a tough time to ask them to do that. We started this morning. You all know that we've been screening our staff coming into the campus. We've been screening our construction company that's been coming in as well. Today we started, if a resident leaves the campus, when they come back on campus, we are starting a screening process with residents with that. We are taking temperatures as well of all the construction company folks, all of the staff, and again, all of the residents that are leaving the campus and then come back. We are taking a temperature, and this is again for your protection here, and for our protection for that matter as part of our family. So we just ask your your patience with us as we go through that. I think it's gone pretty smoothly. Homer and his team have done a really good job of kind of keeping that smoothly running, and hopefully it's a minor disruption for you as you're going out of the campus. But one of the things to kind of share is I think as we get further into this, for residents, you really need to think about whether or not you need to leave this campus or not. If you do not need to leave this campus, please don't. Please don't just go ahead and go out and do things that are willy-nilly. If you need to go out to the bank, then go to the bank. If you need to go out to a grocery store, then that's fine. Although I think we're going to try and do some things to try and help out with some of that stuff as well, even Lisa. So,
Yes.
So also I would just like to ask you to kind of stay tuned to 1390 and also our care merge. We're going to have a lot of updates on there. We'll do daily updates here for things that are going on. Lisa, I think we've also got some things that we're looking to start maybe on Monday. You all know that we started with the no dining program. We had to close our dining rooms for people to be able to sit in. That's unfortunate, but again, for your protection, that we decided to do that. But as of Monday, we're working on a plan. What we're doing right now is kind of a temporary plan to get us through the weekend. And then on Monday, we're going to be rolling out a new plan that will be quite involved, I think. And we're going to try and keep starting to spruce up the plan a little bit each day or each week as we go along. But just a couple of highlights from that plan that I think you all might find interesting. The first thing is we are going to be splitting up the campus. What I mean by that is we are going to be, instead of just having the meals to be available for pickup here in the main building, we are going to have a pickup area at the clubhouse and a pickup area down here. And what we're going to ask on Monday is for the folks that are living in cottages and anybody outside of the on the outside campus portion to be picking up meals at the clubhouse. And then the folks on the inside, we are going to want to keep doing what we've been kind of doing and keep that kind of working through that. We are also going to, as of Monday, have an opportunity for you to be able to have 2 call-in numbers at each location, one at the clubhouse and one here. So we'll be publishing the menus for what we're going to have available, and you'll be able to call. There'll be certain times that you'll be able to call in an order if you would rather and pick it up as opposed to walking through a line to go and decide what you want. And we'll talk more about this, but the outside folks, it's all call in. You'll be calling in for the outside folks that are in the cottages at this point. So we'll have more about that, and we'll explain that in better detail. But we want to just kind of give you a little bit of a flavor for what that's going to look like. And then another thing I think that we're going to try and do to help out residents, and this started this morning as an idea, and we've gained some traction on it. I think it's moving forward. And that is we are going to create a marketplace for residents. We are looking at the moment of taking the Water's Edge area and the Tidewater room and trying to create a marketplace. And in that marketplace would be things that you might ordinarily have found in the bistro, but we're going to enhance that. We're going to try and do our best to provide some of the things that that we can get our hands on that you may not be able to through the grocery stores right now. Personal hygiene type things, Lisa, you help me here with some stuff. Toilet paper, soaps, you know,
Yeah.
those kinds of things. Whatever we can kind of get, we're going to try and put those and create like a marketplace that you could be able to come and get some things. And so again, we'll have more information about that, but just wanted to tell you that's one of the things that we're working on. I think that'll be a great thing for our River Landing residents. And Lisa, I think there's another one. Yeah, another thing that we're putting out today that Cindy's going to be putting on Care Merge. I don't know if she's done it yet or not, but we're starting to get some folks who have family members who want to be dropping stuff off for residents. And so we think that's actually a really good idea. So we are encouraging that. And so if you have local family members that you would like to have stuff dropped off for you, we will not allow them on the campus, so they can't come to your home. But we will allow them to come to the clubhouse, and they can drop off the stuff for you there. And from the clubhouse, we will deliver them to you in your homes. But we are going to limit the times on that. It's going to be from 10 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That will be the available times that we can do delivery. So if you're going to have family members deliver things for you, please keep it concentrated to that time frame. Again, from 10 in the morning until 3. And as I said, Cindy's going to have some information coming out tonight on Care Merge about that. So was there anything else, Lisa?
I think that's it. Are we ready for questions, Tom?
I think we're ready for questions, sure.
Okay.
Let's do questions. So we did have a couple residents that already sent in some questions, right?
Yes. So the first question we had for today is, should residents limit their visits to places outside of the campus?
Well, I kind of already talked about that, I think, already. But, you know, again, I think the answer is, you know, we want our residents to be safe. We're actually even encouraging our staff to do the same thing. You know, if you don't have to go anywhere, stay home. Stay with your families. You know, the governor has not declared us a shutdown area yet where residents are only restricted to certain things outside. But, you know, we know that the coronavirus is a bigger problem for folks that are advanced age, like me. Honestly, I fall in that same category. So, you know, we just have to be extra careful. And, you know, and God forbid, none of us want to bring the coronavirus here. So if you don't have to go out, please don't go out. I think that's the message that we want to send. So, good question.
Okay, I think this next question might be from Cindy. If you all know Cindy, she lives on coffee. So will the coffee creamery be open?
So good news. You know, at the moment, the coffee and creamery is going to be open. You know, again, our goal is not to restrict life so badly that residents don't have some normalcy in the operation. So as long as we can, which I think we can, and I don't think that'll something that'll change. We're going to allow you to be able to go to the creamery and be able to get stuff.
It'll be pickup only.
What's that?
Pickup only.
Pickup only.
Yeah.
And again, we're just asking you to please keep that 6-foot social isolation, social distance type distance between you when you're doing anything on campus at this point.
Okay, next question. Can we play golf?
Yes, you can play golf. I don't see any reason why people can't
Probably
play
one
golf.
of the safest sports. You're outside.
Yeah.
You can create some distancing.
Yes, and you can even cuss out there, which is really nice. You know, when you're not making a good shot, it's a great place to be able to kind of get some of that frustration and anger out. I kind of, you know, for me, it's a really great place to be able to do that, to be honest with you. So.
Next one. Can we play bocce ball?
Yeah, bocce's a little harder because, you know, you're sharing of the bocce balls themselves. I think if they could play with their feet, they probably could do it. So would that be a solution that you think would work? Maybe not.
I don't think that'll work.
Oh, so.
Okay.
So, but in all honesty, I think probably bocce's okay. You know, you probably want to make sure if you do play bocce, that you need to make sure you wash your hands really good when you come inside and keep your hands away from your face, right? I mean, that's one of the things they keep telling you. And that's a hard one for me because I like to kind of be touching my face. So, you know, that's a hard one for me. But I think that's something we need to be doing.
The next one's a very important question that we all have probably asked.
Very important question. Okay.
What if I'm out of toilet paper and can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, I've worried about this one. Some of you have been into the grocery stores and you've seen the aisles are cleared out. So I think a lot of people have panicked, and so a lot of people have bought bulk stuff that they probably don't really need. But I get it. I mean, it's really difficult. So we know toilet paper is a little bit of an issue for some of our residents, and quite honestly, it's also a little bit of an issue for some of our staff members. So with the expertise of Mr. Joe Rojas, we were able to get a small supply of toilet paper that we don't need for the facility purposes. So if you are in desperate need of a roll of toilet paper, one roll of toilet paper, then Homer and the front desk staff are going to have a small supply up there, and they'll be able to give you a roll of toilet paper to help kind of tide you over for however long a roll of toilet paper will tide you over, I guess. But
Well, this is industrial commercial strength,
it's
so
it's okay.
this will last a while.
So you don't have to use as many sheets.
You
Is that
don't
the
need as
idea?
many sheets.
Okay.
Yes.
So anyway,
So after today's program, we will have it up at the desk.
yes. So if you really need a roll of toilet paper, and we know that we've had several residents that have said something to us about it, and I think that's one of the things that we're hoping to have in the marketplace as well
Yes.
is toilet paper. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, now this is a personal question, Tom.
Okay.
Did your son get home from Germany?
Oh, yeah, so thank you. So Jeremiah, my oldest son, he's 20 years old, and he was, for those of you who don't know, he went to Mannheim, Germany to study abroad. He goes to the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, and he's under a political science degree is what he's shooting for. So, yeah, so he was over there, and actually he was, believe it or not, traveling when President Trump made the order that all folks in Europe had to be back home within 2 days. It was a Wednesday night, he said it. It was Friday night. And we scrambled to try and find a ride home from him on an airplane. And, after much worry, we were able to get him on an airplane Friday morning, and he got back to us on Friday evening. So thank you. Yeah, feel very blessed that he's here and back with us. So, yeah.
That's great. This is another kind of personal question. We all know it's been challenging times, and it takes a great leader to get us through all this.
Okay,
And
so
Tom,
before you do that, let me just add one thing. So there was also, there's been a rumor afloat that I am living at River Landing right now. So
is that a rumor, Tom?
it's not a rumor. It's actually, I am living at River Landing. For those of you who don't know, I am staying in the staycation unit, and there's two reasons for that. One, to be quite honest with you, is a reason why I thought about this is because, with my son Jeremiah being home, I can't be in the same house with him coming from Germany, and he's self-quarantining right now for 14 days. And so I thought it was in my best interest and the best interest of River Landing that I not be in the same house with him. So I'm living here at River Landing. And quite honestly, it's really worked out, I think, for the better anyway, because I like the fact that I'm kind of here. I'm experiencing what the residents are experiencing. And, if there are problems or situations, I can jump in right here because I'm already on site. So I think that's been kind of nice. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. So as we all know, it's been challenging, and Tom is an amazing leader. So this next question is about his leadership skills. How does the way your parents brought you up help you be the leader that you are today?
Yeah, that's a good question. So let me first start by saying that, a lot of you may not know that my parents were residents here at River Landing for quite a while. My dad passed away about 3 years ago, and my mom passed away about 5 years ago here at River Landing. But, it's funny. I think both of my parents were great role models for me. And maybe just to split them up real quick, my dad always told me, he said, Tom, you're not a very smart guy. So he said, if you ever get into a role of leadership, you need to hire really smart people because they'll make you look good. And quite honestly, that's what I have done, folks. I think you all know it. You've seen the team that we've got around us. We have really smart people, very dedicated people. We got an incredible team here. And so, they make me look like I'm $1 million, and quite honestly, I'm not. It's because of them that I look that way. So I got that from my dad, and I always thought that was something that was pretty cool. And then my mom was always, she was just so spirit-filled and just so full of love and just loved her fellow man. And, you know, she was a prayer warrior as well. And so I think I got a lot of that calmness that comes from that turning to, you know, for me personally, with my personal relationship, turning to the Lord, and just really, you know, I have made no bones about it that as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm here as the leader of River Landing, that, you know, this is Christ's community and we put Christ first here. And as long as we put Christ first here, then I don't have to worry about River Landing, because River Landing, Christ will take care of this community. So, you know, I've just always believed that philosophy, and I know I got that from my mother. And so that's maybe two elements there.
That's great. Where did you get your humor?
Oh, my humor? You know, my mom had a really good sense of humor. She was probably the main one. My dad did not have a good sense of humor. My dad was kind of one of those guys that was, you know, if you did something wrong, you learn quickly. You don't do something wrong in our house. You know, that back in those days, spanking was, you know, pretty expected. And so, you know, I used to get my brother in trouble a lot so that he could spank so I wouldn't. So I tried to keep that away from him, or keep that away from me. But you know, my mom really had a good sense of humor, and I think that was one of her charms, was to be able that she had a good sense of humor. And that's something else I think that she gave me. So I got a lot from my mom.
Good. Okay, that's it for questions today. So please make sure to send us questions for tomorrow. That's mijones@riverlanding.sr.org.
So, Lisa, we got a couple more things I think that we're going to do today, and then we're going to sign off for the day.
Yes.
So I think you have a virus tip of the day that you're
I
going to share?
do. Please, please, please use the hand sanitizers before going into any of our dining venues. We have them right out front, and so please just hit those before you head on in.
You know, that probably not just dining, but also if you're going to use any of the equipment
Absolutely.
or anything else
Yes.
that we have here,
Yes.
wherever possible, please keep washing your hands with soap and water. Remember, it's 20 seconds, at least 20 seconds as you're washing your hands with soap and water. So yeah, that's a good tip to be able to have. And Lisa, I know we'd mentioned birthdays. Do we have any resident birthdays today?
We have no birthdays today.
Well, you know what?
Yes?
I have a family member that's celebrating a birthday. My wife is celebrating her 50th anniversary today.
That's awesome.
So she's very excited because I'm not going to get to come see her tonight. So she said it's going to be the best birthday she's ever had. So I don't know what that means. I don't know where you.
That was her birthday present right there.
That was a great birthday present for her. So
And just one more shout out. You all noticed the picture of today, the photo for today. That was Joanne and Bill Least. She was celebrating her 80th birthday yesterday on St. Patrick's Day.
yeah, that's
So
awesome.
thank you for sharing that
80th
photo.
birthday. Yeah. So Lisa, I think we just got two things left. Do we have a winner for the trivia?
We do have a winner.
Oh, all right. It's
And
not
the-
John Hoyt, right?
It's not John Hoyt, but thank you, John, for the question. So the question was, which state has the most total coastline? And the answer is Alaska.
Alaska.
And the winner is Mary Adamson.
Mary Adamson. All
So
right.
congratulations, Mary. 4 rolls of toilet paper are heading your way.
So if you're really nice to Mary, she may not need 4 rolls. If you're really nice to her, she might share one of your rolls with you. So, and then, Lisa, I think we cannot leave today without having our joke of the day.
I agree.
I mean, that's kind of a signature
agree.
thing
It's
for us at
signature.
River Landing, and this is what we do.
And
so,
if you don't like this joke, as a reminder,
yeah, please.
mijones@riverlanding.sr.org. Please send your jokes her way.
Okay, so here you are. You all ready? Good. I heard a yes, a collective yes. A woman, cranky because her husband was late coming home, decided to leave a note saying, "I've had enough and I have left you. Don't bother coming after me." Then she hid under the bed to see his reaction. After a short while, the husband came home. She could hear him in the kitchen before he came into the bedroom. She could see him walk towards the dresser and pick up the note. After a minute or so, he wrote something on it before picking up the phone and calling someone. He said, "She's finally gone. Yeah, I know. About bloody time. I'm coming to see you. Put on that sexy French nightie. I love you. Can't wait to see you. We'll do all the naughty things you like." He hung up, grabbed his keys, and left. His wife heard the car drive off as she came out from under the bed. Seething with rage and with tears in her eyes, she grabbed the note to see what he had written on the note. And the note said, "I can see your feet. We're out of bread. Be back in 5 minutes."
Oh, that's a good end note right
I hear
there.
a lot of clapping. I think a lot of laughter and clapping. Don't you think so?
Oh, absolutely.
So like we said, we're going to try and do this show every day. We'll try and mix it up a little bit. If you have suggestions that you'd like to have for the show or people you'd like to see on it, please make those suggestions. I think the idea here is to try and to give you a little levity and to also pepper it with a little bit of information. And, we're just going to leave today saying how much we love you all, and we're just asking you all to be very safe in everything that you do. And please help us trying to keep the community safe. With that, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you.